Hi, my name is Londana Kapinti, and today we are going to be discussing the psychology of everyone's favorite DC villain, the Joker.
Here we go.
Now, before we begin, I would like to mention that while I'm an avid comic book fan and have prior knowledge on the Joker's actions and tendencies, I myself am in no way a psychologist, so I will be retaining all of my information on the topic from other sources, including my aunt who is a certified psychologist and other published sources. The Clown Prince of Crime has been around since the late 1940s, making his first appearance in Batman issue number 1, and has been a prominent character in the Batman universe ever since. In the late 1940s through the 1960s, the Joker was mainly depicted as a harmless prankster who liked to play games with the Batman. For the purpose of this analysis, we will be ignoring these depictions of the Joker, as well as his depictions in the Batman video game series. The Joker we know today can be described as anything but harmless.
People will die.
He is a sadistic genius who has a thirst for killing. From observing the Joker over the years, we the audience know there is something wrong with him. But the questions remain. What does he suffer from? Is he insane? Is he psychotic? We will answer all of these questions today, but first we must take a deeper look into defining these mental illnesses in order to fully determine the psychology of the Joker. From the research I conducted, I believe there are 4 disorders and illnesses the Joker is believed to suffer from: psychopathy, psychosis, bipolar disorder, and insanity. To begin, I will discuss the disorders and illnesses I do not believe the Joker suffers from. Bipolar disorder is defined by the National Institute for Mental Health as a brain disorder that causes unusual shifts in mood, energy, activity levels, and the ability to carry out day-to-day tasks. These moods range from periods of extremely up, elated, and energized behaviors, known as manic episodes, to very down, sad, and hopeless periods, known as depressive episodes. Although the Joker seems to have mood swings between happiness and anger, I do not believe he has bipolar disorder. In order to have bipolar disorder, one needs to experience manic episodes lasting 7 days and depressive episodes lasting at least 14 days. The Joker has never been depicted in this manner, only ever experiencing moments of fleeting moods rather than long periods of happiness or long periods of sadness. Therefore, I do not believe he suffers from this condition. The main misconception surrounding the Joker is that he suffers from insanity. Many people believe that insanity is a mental disorder, but it is not. Insanity is a legal concept discussed in court to help distinguish guilt from innocence. As stated by USLegal.com, insanity is a mental illness of such a severe nature that a person cannot distinguish fantasy from reality, cannot manage his or her own affairs, or is subject to uncontrollable impulsive behavior. The Joker is not insane and does not suffer from insanity because he is very able to distinguish his actions and understand his guilt from his innocence. The Joker does not commit crimes because his mental illness made him or because he did not know what he was doing, but rather because he wanted to.
You remind me of my father. I hated my father.
Another misconception fans have is that the Joker is psychotic. In order to understand why the Joker is not psychotic, we must first look at what psychosis is and then compare it to psychopathy. Psychosis is a term that refers to mental conditions that affect the mind, where there have been some loss of contact with reality. Psychotic is a term that refers to someone suffering from this condition. The Joker never seems to have lost contact with reality. In fact, he seems hyper-aware of it. He claims to be an example of reality, that one bad day did this to him, and it could happen to anyone.
All it takes is one bad day. That's how far the world is from where I am. Just one bad day.
The Joker is aware of the impact of his actions and aware of the reality surrounding him. Therefore, he does not have psychosis, and he is not psychotic. Psychopathy refers to a pathological personality disposition that involves charm, manipulation, and ruthless exploitation of others. Robert Hare was a prison psychologist who created a list of characteristics that every psychopath has. This list is called the Hare List and includes the 20 characteristics seen on the screen. It is important to note that an individual does not need to meet all of these criteria in order to be a psychopath. And while I believe the Joker fits most of these criteria, I will only be focusing on certain ones for the purpose of this video. It is obvious that the Joker is a criminal mastermind. It is also obvious that the Joker constantly lies and manipulates others in order to get his way. This is apparent throughout the Joker's whole career as a comic book character. The Joker's parasitic lifestyle, sexual promiscuity, and short-term marital relationships can all be seen in the form of Harley Quinn. The Joker constantly feeds off of Harley and gives her nothing in return, manipulating her to do his bidding, but never committing to her fully.
And don't call me Puddin'.
He has killed men, women, and children without a shred of regret. In this clip you will see the Joker beating Jason Todd, Batman's Robin at the time, senseless with a crowbar. At not one point does the Joker feel bad for his actions. He even goes as far as to locking the Boy Wonder in the building to ensure his death, all to get back at Batman.
Hey! Please tell the big man I said hello.
The Joker shows a severe lack of empathy. In The Killing Joke, the Joker shoots Barbara Gordon, otherwise known as Batgirl, and paralyzes her from the waist down. He then goes on to kidnap her father, Commissioner James Gordon, and taunts him with pictures of what he has done to Barbara. He showed a clear lack of empathy and very poor behavioral controls by committing this act.
I thought my jokes were bad.
The Joker also believes that he is better than others, that he is not like other people. The Joker is a genius and is able to follow through with a plan, but yet he is irresponsible and impulsive. His poor behavioral controls lead him to act rashly, killing anyone who has wronged him or anyone who he deems annoying without thinking of the consequences for others. All of these traits align with those of a psychopath. Therefore, I believe the Joker is psychopathic. So to conclude, the Joker, the clown prince of crime, is not bipolar. He is not insane, and he is not psychotic.
But he is a psychopath.
Why so serious?
He sticks the blade in my mouth.
Let's put a smile on that face. And
Why so serious?